Hey friends, I just wondered, have you ever felt like you have too many things on the go and nothing ever gets done? Yeah, me too. There are times, there are moments where I'm not sure I'm ever going to finish that project. And if it's been sitting there for more than 2 years, maybe I should really look at frogging it or making a decision. I don't know. Welcome. This is Doll Can Create, and so can you, a rocking chair knit and chat. And I picked up mittens for neck that I started last winter. I made a hat, I made a scarf, and these are fingerless mitts or gloves. And my concern is that I may not have enough yarn to finish it. I don't remember what fiber I used, and I may have more of it, so I may have to look. And then I'm going, I think it's a 2-ply that I did on the wheel because it's really fine. They look nice. Yeah, so this one's almost done. He only wants it to go up this far. So I thought, well, I'll pick that up and work on it this evening. But what I'm really, really excited about are these socks. Look at that. They are exactly the same size. This is the Rhinebeck Buddies pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady. And I do like the pattern. I like the design a whole lot. I only messed up on one spot, but these are good. These are for me. I'm going to keep these because there is a mistake. But I'm glad to finish them. Those were for October. So I didn't do a separate pair of socks for November and December. I'm kind of sad about that, but you know, they're done. I finished the toe today. The other things I'm working on right now, I am working on this hat. That's the brim. And then the rest of the hat will be a brioche. And this is a pattern from my friend Tracy. So I'll link the pattern below for you. And this just tells me where the beginning of the round is. And you can see there was an owl in there, but I lost him. He fell out. So this is a little slower for me. It's a lot of stitches and it's sock weight yarn. So it's like, oh my gosh, I got to keep going. So that's on the go. The other thing I was testing and playing with is just a small brioche headband. And again, there's a couple of errors in this, but it's a practice of the brioche stitch, which is really easy, but I haven't done a lot of it. And I thought, well, I'll do a bit of a practice before I get to that stitch on the hat. So that's the other thing I am working on. I do have this mitten and this wool, and I think it's time for this to be frogged. I finished my Terevco fingerless mitts with the cable, which I really liked, and I gave those as a gift. And this is a nice cuff if I just wanted to leave it as a cuff, but I don't know how much more of this I have left, so I'd have to look before I actually rip it all out. I don't know, what would you do? Would you rip that all out? So, and going along with when you finish one pair of socks, cast on the next one, I do have this. So this yarn was paired together with this yarn. Believe it or not. I was going to do something special with those two colors in a pair of socks. So I don't know if I'll have enough or just keep socks in this. I have no idea. This is Himalaya, 75 wool, 25 polyamide. And suggested needles. It's a 100-gram ball. Super fine. Yeah. 2 to 3 millimeters. So depending on, I would probably use a 2.5, something like that. So I'm hoping to cast on one of those today. because, and if I don't, there'll be another pair. And the last thing I wanted to show you was this lovely burgundy that I'm spinning. So I'll just spin on this Turkish spindle, which I love. I love this. And it just goes and goes and goes. So I'm trying to pick this up every day for the 12 days of Christmas spinning. Hasn't happened. Hasn't happened. We were away visiting family, which is wonderful. And I didn't feel like doing very much. I think I did a little bit of knitting, but I didn't pick up the spindle. So there we are. So today I got my knitter's loom out, my Ashford, and I warped the loom. First thing, I warped the loom, and then I wove everything that I warped. That really sounds funny. But that's all done. I took it off the loom, and tomorrow I'll pull the sewing machine out and do a couple of things. I'm making placemats. So that'll be kind of fun for tomorrow. And then, yeah, I just keep going. Little bit of knitting here, little bit of spinning there, a couple of different other things. Getting my sewing machine out's got to be a fun thing to try to do too. But I kind of wonder what you're up to, you know. I sit here in my rocking chair, and oftentimes YouTube is on. It's been on. And the bunny rabbit's over there making a lot of noise with the water bottle, and that's fine. And Grandpa Nick is often here in his rocking chair while I'm chatting with you all. But I hope that you've had a good last week of December, that if you're celebrating, that your celebrations went really well. I know ours has been pretty quiet. We have a family celebration on Monday, and I'm looking forward to that. And I have a couple of Sundays off, so I'm not in worship tomorrow or the following week. So this week has been all about relaxing, recuperating, just re-energizing. And I think we need that, don't we? We've had a few dark days, so it's been pretty easy to kind of hunker down and not push too hard, right? Next week is more of a continuing education week for me, so I'm going to get caught up in some reading and do my planning for January and February with the results of that reading. So that's kind of the plan there. But moving forward with Doll Can Create, I'm still working on my website. I'm looking at what can I do with Patreon that might encourage people, and also my newsletter. So with the Patreon, I'm looking at a paid subscription level where you get hand-dyed sock yarn. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And with the newsletter, not too sure what that would involve yet. I'm still trying to work out the kinks as I go into 2025. But lots of planning in my head and some on paper. Because sometimes you got to write it down, right? I have goals, and I've got some deadlines, which is important, right? And metrics, something to follow. I have a list of all the items I want to finish up as far as my knitting goes and my crafting goes. Yeah, so that's kind of, as the year closes off, I may not do another video until 2025. So I thought I would come to you this evening while I'm just sitting here relaxing and enjoying our electric fireplace, which is very warming, and it actually does supply for a bit of warmth to our basement apartment. And I'm looking around at the Christmas decorations, and I will probably leave them up till Epiphany. I think I will. The 12 days of Christmas are still the 12 days of Christmas. And I trust that life is good for you, and that if you're able to pick up your needles or your spindle, or if you're able to sit at your loom, that you do so with gratitude and with joy. And maybe you're sitting around the table playing games, card games, crokinole. We played Five Crowns, euchre, Ticket to Ride, Mexican Trains. We played a lot of games this week. And sometimes that's needed too, where you can connect with your family and your friends and just enjoy the time. Because, we get so busy with life, don't we? Well, maybe you don't, but I certainly do. My life gets so busy, it becomes overwhelming. And I need to remind myself that when I have a day off, I need to take the day off. And maybe, just maybe, I need to get some more fresh air and move my body and get into the pool and do all those things that I know are good for me. Do you have a list of things that are good for you that you like to do but you don't do often enough? Maybe that's something you can put on your list for 2025. If you have a list of 25 things to do in 2025, I don't know. I had a list of 24. I never finished the list. I don't think it went to 24. And then I didn't do what I did put on the list. So sometimes we just don't know, right? We don't know. But that's okay too. That's okay too. So stay in touch. Leave a comment if you'd like, or send me a message. I'm over on Instagram at Doll Krillman, on Facebook at doll.krillman with a C. You can find me over there. I usually have links in my YouTube channel, so if you want to follow me there. I am posting on Instagram for 100 days live, and I'm up to day 66, I think I did. So tomorrow will be 67. You can kind of touch base with me there and cheer me on as I get closer to my goal. But I guess, I think that's all that I wanted to share with you. See, my mitten is just moving right along. Sometimes it's nice to have something where you don't have to follow a pattern. You just let your fingers do the walking, right? Anyway, have a really great evening, morning, whatever time of day it is when you're watching this. Enjoy your life. Find your blessings, because they're there for you. And know that I'm here rooting you on each and every day. God bless. Till next time. I'm going to post a playlist up here. If you want to follow more of what I do, please do so. Subscribe, like, share, do all the Facebook things. But for now, Doll can create, and you can too. Bye for now.